the abundance of the kingdom of the living God, Yeshua Mashiach, is going to take work. See, I can give you gold. I can give you access to gold, real gold. I'm talking about real. You don't believe me? Hold on, let me show you. Let me move some stuff around on my desk real quick and find some of my gold. I think I got some silver on my desk today. I find some of my silver that's on my desk that I have just laying here. Where is it at? Where is it at? I just got it laying around to remind me of the access that God has for me, for His people, so that His people will be able to express Him in ways that have never been expressed before. Giving them access to gold, giving them access to silver, giving them access to collectibles, giving them access to different ways to spend money, giving them access to ways to acquire money, giving them access. That's pure silver right there. Pure. That's not 925 or 929 or whatever that is. Now, if you understand bullions and you understand the fiat currency, this right here is a real coin. And this coin right here is backed by itself. You know what governs this coin? Itself. You know what governs the dollar? Something like this coin. Something like this coin governs the dollar. And with something like this coin governing the dollar, this coin governs itself. This coin creates its own worth by its rarity. The dollar can be printed. The dollar can be acquired, just by going to the bank or doing a stimulus or doing all this other kind of stuff. I'm trying to show you abundance, real wealth, to where that God, King, come King, quit it. Real abundance, so that we don't have to rob Peter to pay Paul, so that my children would understand the wealth. You understand the Rockefellers and what they did, how they created generational wealth? They understood how to create generational wealth. They understood how currency flows. They understood the rules of currency. They understood the very workers, the inner working of currency. They understood how to invest. They understood how to have workers. They understood how to duplicate themselves. They understood how to control time. I'm showing you how to have an abundant life, so that your life become abundant. See, some of my students this year are going to learn personal finances. And some of my students are going to be millionaires before they graduate from high school. Some of my students are going to be billionaires before they turn 30. Some of my students are going to be able to be influential in the community, so that they break the chains of the cycles of the systems that have held my people back. I tried to do it with y'all, but y'all wouldn't listen. This right here creates its own worth by its rarity. My students are going to understand what that means. And the rarity of this coin, not because of its purity, but because of its rarity, creates a story that acquires even more wealth by the rarity and the spreading of the story. But not only that, gold bars, I can give you gold bars. I'm talking about real gold bars. I'm talking about being able to manage metro tons. You know how I used to love watching those gangster movies? Those gangster movies taught me a mindset. Scarface taught me a mindset. Scarface said, why be a little peddler, peddling just a little dope? Why not be the supplier of the dope? Scarface used to move metro tons of cocaine in the U.S. So imagine being able to move metro tons. So that communities can see and realize what God I serve. Mesamuna, he messed up the Europeans, and they came for him. He messed up the economy for years, because when you understand the rarity and the purity of what's in my hand, I can give you lessons. Will it cost you something? Yes, it's going to cost you something. You got to invest in yourself. If you're not going to invest in yourself, I'm sorry, but don't waste my time. Because if you're not going to invest in yourself, I'm not going to invest in trying to convince you to do the work that it takes for you to be able to see the millions that you desire, that you deserve. It takes work to be abundant. And the abundance that you need, it takes work. And if you're not willing to do the work, you will not see the abundance. It's not going to come to you overnight. Your children will be taught and understand how to work the work of them within, so that they will be able to understand the rarity of this and understand how this orchestrates its own price range. This does. There are only so many printed. And being that there are only so many printed, there are only so many that you can acquire. And in so many that you can acquire, the more that you have, the more you control the worth of what you have because of its rarity and purity. I'm trying to show you abundance. And see the abundance of not only just this rare coin that's pure silver, not 9 or whatever that is. Pure silver. Pure silver. And with the purity of this silver being printed with that face that you see on there gives a story, and that story helps equate to the price line, cost of it.